Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report. I'm here in New York Central Park. We're here at the Boathouse, which is newly reopened. I'm here with Ross Levi, who is the Executive Director of the New York State Tourism Department, otherwise known as I Love New York. And we're having an event here which is showcasing all the different regions of this state, and it's really an amazing state. I'm from here, so I know about it, but for all of you out there, New York State is an incredible destination through and through, not just New York City, and we heard a lot about that today too, but we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Ross, first of all, great to be here. What a spectacular location, huh?
Yeah, it couldn't be better. You forget how magical Central Park is. It really is the quintessential New York City experience, especially on a beautiful early summer night like this.
Which is everybody's out here in the park, too. I had to walk through, and I used to live in the city. I lived just outside in Westchester. Actually, you had a whole Hudson Valley. You have one desk for Hudson Valley here. But you're highlighting certain things particularly. First, you're talking a lot about the state parks, right? There's an anniversary here, right?
Correct. It's the 100th anniversary of New York State Park system, something we're really proud of. We have America's oldest state park, that's Niagara Falls State Park, and then we have scores of state parks all across New York State, really in every section. A number of them have been ranked some of the favorite state parks in America. For example, Watkins Glen Park, where you get to walk in a gorge among waterfalls, or Letchworth.
Not too bad.
No, it's amazing. Letchworth Falls State Park in the western part of the state, which is known as the Grand Canyon of the East. Walkway over the Hudson, which is the longest elevated pedestrian walkway in the world, over a mile long, dozens of stories above the Hudson River. Even in New York City, which you don't necessarily think is a park location.
What's this right here?
Right. But the state parks here, the Marsha P. Johnson Park, a fairly new park. We're really lucky to have this as an asset.
Shirley Chisholm Park.
Correct. And we're really lucky to have this in New York State. It's free. There might be parking, but admission's free. So it's and this year there's all kinds of special events for the 100th anniversary. And there's even a promotional contest where you get to do experiences throughout the year and win prizes. So you should go to the State Park website to find out about that.
And another one you were highlighting was Chautauqua, which I sort of knew a little bit about, but talk about where it is and what is there.
Sure. It's the far western part of the state. Jamestown is probably the biggest town in that area. That's Lucille Ball's hometown. It's the home of the National Comedy Center.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is a museum I have to go to. I heard about this before. Everybody wants to go. I still got to get up there to see the National Comedy Center.
Yeah, and they have a comedy festival every year. Jeff Ross is one of the highlights, one of the headliners this August. But not far from there is the Chautauqua Institution, and they're celebrating their 150th year this year. And it is a lakeside gated community, which from June 22nd, basically I think through August, comes to life every day with programs of the fine arts, lectures, workshops, interfaith worship services, and you literally can spend your day, doing a lakeside activity, going to see a famous lecture, then going to see the Beach Boys perform that night in an outdoor amphitheater.
A little bit of from soup to nuts. Absolutely, that's great.
Yeah, some people have referred to it as Disneyland for the mind. It's a really amazing experience.
That's great. Now, the other thing you highlighted also, something that I kind of knew, Bethel Woods, which is the site of Woodstock, but they're doing some interesting things up there too, right?
Yeah, they are having a new glamping experience. They have an outdoor amphitheater which has top national acts. You can go and look. It's everybody this year from John Fogerty to Willie Nelson, and it just goes on. And they have a package that you can buy that in addition to the concert, you can buy a glamping experience and stay in this beautiful, expansive tent on a cot with sheets, with power.
We all need that. We don't want to rough it too much, right?
No, right. So they say it's between a camping and hotel, and I think it's more towards the hotel end. But you could go see a concert on the original site of the original 1969 Woodstock Music Festival, and then go into your beautiful glamping camp that evening to stay overnight.
Which is exactly what they did back in Woodstock, right? Because there was a lot of glamping going on there back then.
Yeah, I don't know about the glamp part of it, but there was a lot of camping for sure.
Yeah, it was a little before my time, but I was alive then. I remember a lot of my babysitters going up to Woodstock, but that was it. But any other things you were highlighting here and what you want to highlight?
Yeah, it's June, so it's Pride Month. So we do love talking about New York's heritage as the birthplace of the modern LGBTQ rights movement, and where that occurred at Stonewall. The Stonewall National Monument is about to open a brand new Stonewall National Monument Visitor Center. So the first time there will be an indoor interpretive experience with exhibits, a theater, a place where you can meet with the rangers to start tours. And that's just one of dozens of Pride events happening across New York State. We actually have a dedicated web area, ilovenewyork.com/LGBTQ, with great experience for LGBTQ travelers across New York State.
Well, we just had a great Proud, which is an event out in LA that had, I'm sure you guys were out there. I didn't get out there, but it is really incredible market, very lucrative market for travel advisors. So now you also have lots of great new resorts and inns and all kinds of things all around the state, right?
Yeah, always. The Catskills has had a real renaissance, from its Dirty Dancing days. Now there tends to be more boutique, gorgeous new hotels and lodges and inns. Wherever you go across New York State, there's always kind of new lodging, lots of farm-to-table dining experiences.
Which is all the rage right now. Everybody's in. There's amazing farm-to-table and local produce, and there's amazing chefs. Of course, New York is also the home of the Culinary Institute of America, and there are a lot of those chefs stuck around, right?
Oh, sure. And it's a great guest experience, too. They have demonstrations. You could go to one of the student-led restaurants and sample that. But our wineries and craft breweries, the craft breweries in Cooperstown, the wineries in Long Island and Hudson Valley and the Finger Lakes, the ice wines, if we want to get out of summer, in Niagara Falls and that area, which is a real specialty of New York State. There's really countless culinary experiences in New York State.
And the wines have gotten a lot better over the years. Hudson Valley, Finger Lakes, amazing wineries. There's a table here for Finger Lakes. I went there years ago. I got to get back up. It's a totally different experience now. I went to school around the Hudson Valley wineries and all that. And Long Island wineries too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. There are not too many places in the world that you could be in the beach in the afternoon and sampling wines at one of the best wineries in the world that evening. And Long Island is one of those places.
Sounds like a good deal. Now, anything else you want to tell our 125,000 travel advisors about what they want to book here in New York State, the experiences that you have?
I mainly would just encourage them to go to ilovenewyork.com. And take a look at all we have. We have 11 beautiful vacation regions. Some of them they've heard of, whether it's the Thousand Islands with the island.
I totally forgot about that one. That's an amazing region.
Whether it's the Thousand Islands, whether it's the Adirondacks, the largest protected lands in the 48 states, whether it's Finger Lakes. But then there's other regions that they may not be as familiar with, like Central New York or Chautauqua, Allegheny. So I encourage travel agents to go there and take a look. We have a whole travel trade program at I Love New York. We have folks that will help connect you both on the local level and with attractions, lodging, etc. So don't be afraid to be in touch with us. We want you to bring your clients to New York State.
Well, Ross, I want to thank you for taking the time because I know you're busy with all the different tables here, and it's such a lovely evening here at the Boathouse in New York. And again, you get outside of New York City. We had a long presentation about New York City, which is wonderful. I've grown up here. I went to school here. But New York State, where most of my family is from, there's so much to do and see in the state everywhere. It's a big state, and it's time that you want to look for your clients next time they come, get them out of the city, get them out north to the state. Again, thank you so much, Ross.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.